Hey everyone, it's Doug with Basic Safe. Today I want to talk about JSAs or JHAs, which if you aren't familiar, stands for Job Safety Analysis or Job Hazard Analysis. They're kind of the same thing, but I want to just take a minute to review them, give you my thoughts on them. What is a JSA? JSA is a step-by-step procedure that walks through the hazards of a specific job task. It looks at each hazard associated with the task and what the person completing the task can do to avoid the hazard, PPE, or procedures that they can follow to prevent themselves or lessen the risk associated with that task. It can also be referred to as a JHA, like I mentioned earlier. Really depends on what region you're from, what type of company you're working with. Really, they accomplish the same thing though, and they really look the same too. What are the benefits of a JSA? Some of the benefits include they're a regular reminder of the steps and hazards associated with a job. They're a great talking point, great way to increase safety culture. Just talking about safety regularly is always a good thing in a business. They're a great way to identify new hazards or maybe unidentified hazards in a task or a job that's being performed. They're a great teaching aid for new employees. Just a very measurable way or a very easy way to follow exactly how a task should be performed and a good step-by-step process to give to a new employee so they know exactly how to complete the job and what's the safest way to do it. They're also a great basis for auditing employees and work conditions. If you know that employees know they should be performing a job a specific way with specific PPE, and you go out to perform an audit, you can see if they are in fact following those procedures correctly. So what are the 5 steps that are associated with creating a JSA? Number 1, select the job that you want to analyze. And this can be anything. I'll get to in a minute how you should select the job that you want to analyze. Number 2, break that job down into steps. These should be very basic steps. And I have some examples that I can give you if you're not really sure how to break those down. We've got some great ones and I'm happy to share them. Number 3, identify the hazards associated with each step. Number 4, determine what the preventative measures are for that step and how they'll be implemented. And number 5, and this is obviously a very important one, inform your employees. Make sure that you review the JSA with the employees. Make sure that they understand the JSA. If you have a process to certify employees in that JSA, do that. That's a great way to make sure that employees understand the JSA and can show you that they understand that. Okay, so now you're thinking, great, I want to do JSAs or I need help with JSAs. What jobs should I create JSAs for? Well, here's some things to consider. Look at the jobs with high severity or a high frequency of incidents. You want to pick jobs that it's going to create the biggest difference in your company for immediately. So, like I said, look at your incident rates, look at the severity of the incidents that are occurring associated with that. Or if you measure your near misses, look at how often you're having near misses, and that might be a good way to drop those near misses down. Look for potential for severe injuries. So if you have something with pinch points or crush points or a suffocation risk or anything like that, if you have employees that are using heavy equipment, look for potential for very severe injuries and start there as well. Another great place to start is new jobs with potentially unexpected hazards. This is a great way to become familiar with the job, make sure that you understand the risks associated with the job, and put measures in place to prevent those risks from turning into a real incident. Also look at jobs that have recently changed. This is another good way to make sure that your employees are trained up on the changes, make sure that you understand the hazards and the preventative measures that are being taken to prevent those hazards from turning into an incident. And then kind of the final one here that I want to talk about is jobs that are not performed frequently. If you're not doing a job frequently, no matter how simple it is, there's a higher risk of something taking place. One, because it's just not viewed as important, or because you're just not familiar with how you should be completing that job. So if you need more information, reach out to me. Reach out to me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Go to our website and reach out to us through the contact form. I am happy to get back to you, give you an example JSA, shoot you a JSA that you can use starting today. And if you need a software or a tool to help you build and manage and certify on JSAs, reach out to me for that too. We've got a great tool for that. Thanks for checking us out. Let me know what you think of the video. And as always, make sure you leave any comments and feedback down below. Thank you.